got to say a big thank you to everybody, the entire CSR universe, all the fans that came out, whether they came out for our Sunday pre-party with Billy Gunn and Adam Cole eating wings. Wing Shack was tremendous, or whether it was the fans we just ran into throughout the week. Phenomenal weekend, as WrestleMania always tends to be. It's a good reminder of why we are lucky to get to do what we do and why we are all one big family, even if you hate me and I hate you. We're all still one big happy family. That's all of us.
That's
right?
all of us.
Rennell, Juice, there's so much to talk about, and we're not going to hit every single topic in this weekend's videos of CSR. So, but we have weeks and weeks. We'll cover all the ground. We'll get to KO and Jericho as the stuff goes on. But let's try to just encompass for the whole weekend highs and lows. And Juice, I know you had the most beyond WWE activity. You went to the Joey Janela spring break. Yeah. You went did you take an Uber an hour away to go to ROH?
I did.
For your front row.
Yeah,
highs and lows. What was your highs?
The highs and lows. So we had to take. We had a different hotel room for Joey Janela's spring break because it was far away from where we were. An hour away to go to Ring of Honor, and we had to take a cab with 2 other random guys to get back. But it was so much. It was worth it. I went to 5 shows the whole weekend. Those 2, and then Mania, Raw, and SmackDown. I don't know. The Ring of Honor show was probably the most full, encapsulating great matches. WrestleMania was everything I could have asked for. The Hardys coming out, and I think I had the most fun at Joey Janela's spring break by far. Virgil, Marty Jannetty. You can't go wrong.
Stop it, Virgil.
Glacier was there.
There we go.
I'm
Rave reviews. You go online. Everybody. That was the best show of the weekend.
I'm very disappointed that Juice did not mention one of his highs. Was at Denny's with Marty Jannetty.
At Denny's, yeah. I ran into Marty Jannetty and Hack, formerly known as the Sandman, at Denny's, and I'll never forget that night.
He traded numbers with him.
I ran into Big Cass and Lana, and I still think he outranks me here on this one.
You got that right.
I actually got a picture with Lana at the hotel, but it's on her thing. I'm hoping that she didn't delete it, and she sends it to me. I hit delete. Yeah. That's my high.
What about Give Me the Green Light? How's that? It's still stuck in my head, just like my house last year.
Every time I hit a stoplight, I'm like, I'm singing it.
I'm ready for New Orleans. I'm in a withdrawal period right now. I had too much fun.
You know what? You got your suitcase right there. We can quickly print you up a ticket.
If you have never been to if you had not been to WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, I told you, New Orleans is the if you're not sober, if you don't, I mean, if you don't, I don't necessarily have to be a drunk. If you just are okay with having a drink, New Orleans. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about I'm putting a message out. If you just like to have a little bit of fun, New Orleans is the greatest city for WrestleMania.
We're gonna have to get ready.
You know what?
I'm gonna walk around with an IV stuck into my arm.
You know,
with alcohol in it.
Hold me to it now. Revel beater with a spiked holy water and hanging with you guys next year.
See if you can survive.
For me, highlight easily the Hardys at WrestleMania. You can check it on my Twitter. I have a great video of that entrance. I mean, that was exactly what it needed to be. It was appropriate to say. I mean, it's so hard sometimes to get a perfect setting in wrestling because things can always change. But you have WrestleMania, the biggest stage. You have a multi-tag team match, so creatively it's not a big deal to add another team on advertise. And of course, it's a ladder match. And I was there at 17. That was my first Mania experience where they made the ladder match famous. They come out, it was tremendous.
And the fact that they worked a ladder match the night before the Young Bucks, and it's like, I mean, I know it's not that crazy to think, oh, well, they had 2 matches in 2 nights, but 2 ladder matches against 2 of the top, the teams.
2
wild stuff.
And you can still see them if you can get to Meadville, PA, Saturday night, April 8th.
They're working all their bookings, so ask 3 or 4.
Well, and they will. I can say this: they will be there. They will be there. You can meet them. I have to say that you'll be able to meet them. So, that's highlights for me. Is that I'm gonna say low. I'm trying to figure out lows.
I don't know if there's any low.
I had to be.
For once, I actually like the whole rest.
The night I didn't go to a show. I went. There's 6 days I was there, and I went to 5 shows.
Yeah, I was trying to find a low. You know what? And this actually made me have to dig to be picky. I will say a low is the fact that Emelina reappeared, and I felt like it just out of nowhere. It was part of a 6-man tag, correct?
6 women.
And I was kind of like, you know what? It's kind of become like the shtick that there's all this build around everything. Like I would have rather. I didn't like how out of nowhere it came.
The fact that that's the low point,
right?
That amazing.
Good job.
Amazingly, WWE did their job. Then it was satisfying everybody.
I'll still say the high. Believe it or not, a lot of people disagree with it, but looking from a wrestler's perspective, emotional wise. How the fans were captivated, I would have to say the main event, Taker versus Reigns. I mean, a lot of times, you guys know we're all fans of wrestling. It doesn't take much for you to cheer and for you to boo, but when you're bringing pretty much the whole arena, the whole stadium into tears, you're doing exactly what you have. People emotionally invested, and it goes beyond even just what you see in the ring.
And to all the Roman Reigns haters, that is it.
Oh my
Roman Reigns
goodness.
and John Cena are the only two that could have had that. If that was Taker's last match, Roman Reigns and/or John Cena are the only two that could do it because those are the only people that everybody cares that adamant, that significantly about one way or the other.
And as much as we want to see Cena versus Taker, let's just say Taker's done. I need to see a Roman versus Cena match, just for the crowd. Who do you cheer for?
Yeah.
They just boo the whole thing.
I will say this isn't a high or a low. I was super shocked. So Triple H and Rollins was actually a full match, which I didn't expect. We got no interference. And here's the thing. You know this one? Triple H and Seth Rollins, bell to bell, was the longest match on the card at 25 minutes.
Seth Rollins is ready to go.
That is not
great.
at all what I was expecting to see on that.
Can Triple H not have a great WrestleMania entrance, or is he just perfect every time? Every single time he has one, it steals the show. Great.
Not that I didn't like his entrance, but I mean, poor Baron Corbin could have had the motorcycle thing.
Well, Baron Corbin probably suggested it to him. And Triple H was like, you know what? I don't know if that's such a good idea. Hey, WrestleMania, we got this. So.
Seeing Steph ride down the motorcycle, how cool is that? Hey, speaking of which, there we go.
Yeah, that's one of the police escorts.
Right. That was one of your escorts that got you.
That's how I got here.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Traffic.
I was wondering how you got
Pittsburgh traffic.
We got more Chair Shot reality this weekend. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, do what you got to do.